Good day and welcome to your favorite sport program on TV, Plus Sport. As usual, today will be an interesting moment on the show, and I'm sure a lot of people who have skipped time with today's episode are already with their various devices and how they want to watch this program. I'm sure it will be interesting. My name is Mudashir Shutu, and I'll be your anchor in the next few minutes as we look into another trending story in the world of sport. Yes, I have a guest, but before I introduce my guest and the topic, some few days ago, the International Olympic Committee decided that they will add 5 sports into the next Olympics. Not Paris 2024, that's Los Angeles 2028, not the next year, the next Olympic after Paris 2024. That will be in 2028. We're having five sports, and one of the sports is cricket. Cricket was there in the past, but it's now returning back into that into the Olympics in 2028. One sport that's caught my fancy and a lot of people is squash. That sport has been a developing sport in Nigeria. It's a sport that takes place in Nigeria for a very good number of time. It's played in the National Sport Festival, both the youth and all that. It's a game that we've talk about now. And there's one particular Nigerian's former number one squash player that's talking about Yemisi Olatunji. She's my guest. So we're going to look at how she started her career and how interesting is it for her that squash is now in Olympic Games. Though she's based in Canada, she'll be speaking from her base over there to talk about this interesting story about squash coming into the Olympics. It's good to have you on the show, Yemisi Olatunji.
Hi, Sushitu. Thanks for having me. It's really nice.
It's good to talk to you today. Before we start, when you heard that squash is going to be part of the Olympics in 2018, what does that bring to you? How excited were you? What was your own reaction?
Um, it's one of the moments that I can never forget in my life. Hearing squash to be part of the Olympics in 2028, it's a dream come true. You know, we've waited a long time for this. It's one of the exciting moments I can never forget in my life.
Yeah, it's coming at a time that you're no longer based here, but you're still a squash player over there in Canada. What's your own step now? For you to be part of this? Are you looking forward to ensure that you be one of the first set of squash players to represent Nigeria at the Olympics? What was your plan towards this?
So that's a huge question. But how would I say this? Um, so either I make it as a player to the Olympics, which is like the biggest dream of an athlete, or I make it as a coach. In both ways, I'm still honored and I'm happy to still be able to like, okay, I think I have that future ahead to be in Olympics 2028. So in either ways, it's going to be a huge contribution to the squash community. So I'll keep working on myself either as an athlete to be in the Olympics, or as a coach, or as one of the squash lovers to actually help out in the Olympics. So either one of the ways,
Okay,
I'll find myself in the Olympics 2028.
interesting. We have your profile, and you've dominated the sport for a very long time in every female event when it comes to squash in the country. You don't have to ask who won. You don't have to ask who won. Everybody knows that you always win when it comes to who won the gold medal in this national sport festival, who won the doubles, it has to be Yemisi Olatunji, who won this, it has to be Yemisi Olatunji. Can you tell us how it all started for you, Yemisi Olatunji? Can you tell us how it all started for you?
This is one of the questions that I love always answering, and this questions gives me goosebumps whenever I'm being asked, because is part of my journey. This question is part of who I am, what made me today, and what actually put me to where I am today. So a lot of people might not know, I actually started as a tennis player before I moved to squash. And in 2004, I got introduced to squash by a brother. And of course, I tried to be like, okay, I do 1 week on, 1 week off of squash in 2004. But in 2006, I fell in love completely with the game, and it was a game changer to me, like one of my friends we used to say. And since 2006, I've strictly to the game. It's been an awesome journey for me. Even during my under 19 days, if I can remember, I was 4 years, ruling the under 19 world in squash in Nigeria, and moving to senior for me was a great task, because then we have in person like Yemisi Taiwo, Yemisi Babatunde, Veronica Sunday, Dasbag, and Kali, a lot of great players. They were on board then. So it was kind of like a great challenge for me to actually break into that senior level. And what happened? I actually went for this tournament, under 19 tournament then, and we're given, because it doesn't happen much whereby you go in for a junior tournament and you be given a chance to play in the senior tournament. So in that particular year, we're given a chance as under 19 to play in the senior category, which is like, oh my gosh, what is happening? This is huge. And I can remember I got to like the quarterfinal of the tournament, if I can remember vividly. And when I got home, I was like, let me see, if for the first time you're getting, to this height, to this far round, that means if you put in more effort, there's a lot you can achieve. And the truth is, I never see myself to be an international athlete, but I put in a lot of work, a lot of dedication, commitment, a lot of sacrifice to make sure that I actually see myself being top in Nigeria. And it's been a great moment, a great memories for me. Like the memories, those are like the memories that I can never forget. Moving from the junior to the senior level, it's a long journey, but I thank God today that that dream then, that conviction of myself, of convincing myself then, actually brought me, this far. And the truth be told, I'm still working on that principle, even despite the fact that I'm not in Nigeria. I still work on that principle. I still work really hard. I still, put in that commitment, and it's been great. I've represented Nigeria in different tournaments. Even, I mean, outside the tournament, I've won, international laurels for Nigeria. It's been a pretty journey for me, and I'm happy that God brought squash my way, and it's still part of my life till today.
What we just narrated, I'm sure the whole world are watching, what you just narrated for us right now, should we believe that that's one of the most memorable, that transition and that one chance opportunity given to you as an under 19 player playing in the senior category, and you got to the quarterfinal for the first ever time in the senior category? Is this the most memorable day of your career, or you want to tell us what are these 2 or 3 memorable moments in your career?
So obviously I'm still playing, so my career hasn't ended yet, but I have some memorable, if I can remember vividly, in 2013, I had the privilege to be called into the national camp. Okay. In Mina, in Niger State. It was awesome. Like it's one of the moments that that lighting bulb moment of my career. being like that. Oh, Yemisi, oh, she's coming up. Let's give her the chance and see what happened. Then Nigeria was preparing for the Senior African Games in Namibia, and on getting to the camp, I'll brief it. On getting to the camp, meanwhile, we're told that 2 weeks after we got to the camp, we're going to have the first trials, but unfortunately, 2-3 days after we got to the camp, we had the first trial, and I use this word a lot.
Okay.
After playing round robin, right? I came like really, really the last on my group, which means I actually barely survived to make the first trial. But even being like the last person on my team
Okay.
to got in into the first trial, I got into my hotel room like, let me see if you can be like, yeah, I know you're that low on the team, but you can do better. Then I started playing all the matches, every single matches that I played. I started playing it on my head, seeing the mistakes I'm making, where my strengths are. And the second trial, it was shocking. Even to me, it was actually shocking, because everybody expected that, okay, Yemisi would, yeah, even if she make it to like the last trials of the phase of the camp, she's not going to make it to the Senior All African Games. But even to my own surprise, I came first. I Even the Nigerian number one, then the Nigerian number one, number two, number three, I actually beat everyone 3-0. Then I became the number one on the list. And it was that wow moment for me. That was how I make it to. That was like the first time I'm representing Nigeria outside the country, and it was a great and a turnaround point for me to see myself, representing green, white, green. Yeah, it was, and there are a lot of moments like that also that I can keep on, telling the story. For an instance, another one is my game in Zimbabwe in 2017. Yeah, I recovered in 2017, and I was actually in the finals, and of course it happens where athletes got injured, and there are rules that back up injuries in squash. But this one actually got caught right in the eye, that in the finals was bleeding a lot, but I know it's a lot of sacrifice for me to be able to move from Nigeria to play in Zimbabwe. So I'm like, let me say, yeah, as long as you can see, as long as this blood will stop, you have to keep moving. Everybody was asking, are you sure you can actually do this? I said, yeah, I'll try my best and see what happens. And it was awesome, because I had the plaster on my face, and I still went in and finish up the game, which actually put me to be the Zimbabwe champion of 2017, and I went back in 2018. I won the same tournament. So, like I said, there are a lot of that great memory for me. Every single step of my squash has been my story, has been who I am, who I become, and who I'm becoming. In the future to come.
Let's not come back a bit. We've told us interesting moments in Zimbabwe, and all that. Tell us the national level. I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, you started with Eco 2012 National Sport Festival. So I want you analyze how you went in Eco 2012 to Abuja 2018 to Edo 2022. And also, I'm not sure. Were you in Asaba? Were you in Asaba for the?
No.
Okay,
no, I wasn't in Asaba.
So tell us how you conquered at that national level from Eco 2012, if I'm mistaken, or if you started before then, in the National Sport Festival. And were you also part of the National Youth Games?
No.
Okay, so tell us the National festival from Eco 2012, the medals, what you won, and how it was like. Because for every national sport festival we go to and is in the Scotch tournament, the gold medal female has to be your name. Doubles has to be you and your sister. So mixed doubles, it has to be your name on the list. So tell us, in summary, how it happened from Eco 2012. I think you a state you represented before you joined Lagos State. Tell us more.
Yeah, like I've said earlier on, Scotch has been, a wholesome journey for me. So a lot of people do not even know this. I started in Ondo State, accurate precisely, and I represent Ondo State from that 2004 that I start playing squash till 2014 that I moved to Lagos State. So I had the privilege to go to National Sport Festival, Kada Games in 2009.
Okay.
And so I'll keep, I'll do like a touch base on those
Okay.
national
It's
festivals.
expected.
So in 2009, Kada Games, um, yeah, I wouldn't say like my coach has these words there, like I demurred, like just supporter, but I wasn't supporter then, just kidding. But Kada Games was a nice and a glorious moment for me because it wasn't only playing squash, but I got a support even academically during the Kada Games 2009. So I think I was the third person on the team, if I was not mistaken, in 2009. And even despite the fact that, oh, okay, yeah, she's still doing that, she's still having that transitioning from a junior champion to that senior level, right? In my singles, I got to the quarterfinals in the singles. And I remember my opponent then, and my very own sister, Sister Veronica Sunday. She's amazing. She's a good player. And everybody was like, no way. How would this young girl, put in so much energy with this person? Because back then, Veronica Sunday is one of like, a role model looking up to senior player in Nigeria then. And I remember after that match, a lot of people gave me money. I lost the match. I didn't actually win, but I received a lot of gifts from people saying, "Oh my gosh, you play so well." And during that same game, then I have a senior that actually paid for my WAEC money in 2009
Okay. A Scotch
just
player.
because I play really well. So, like I've said, it's not even support for squash only. This game has given me a lot of support. Academically, financially, that I cannot even finish talking about them today.
Okay.
Then in 2012, which is Eco Festival, I was actually the team captain.
Of
I haven't
Ondo
joined Lagos
State.
State then. I'm
Okay.
still representing Ondo State. So I happens to be the captain for a Cove Festival 2012. And I remember I won in the team category. We won gold, and in the singles category, I won bronze. Um, it was amazing because before the Eco 2012, um, we had Nigerian Polytechnic Games in my former school then, Federal Polytechnic Ede, in which I won both the team and the singles. And in the singles, I remember I played Ebifemi Taiwo, and the match was, oh my God, it was like, you people, you're becoming what we don't know. I won. So Eco 2012, playing Ebifemi finals in the team now makes it like a rematch of, okay, you beat Ebifemi a couple of weeks ago. Now let's see if you can repeat the same thing. And I try my possible best. I repeat the same thing in the team to which actually crown us that gold medal in the team. And by the time I got to the singles, of course, I was exhausted because of a lot of loads on me, but it's an amazing moment for me that I can never forget. Then fast forward to 2018, Abuja, where I represent Lagos State. So I moved to Lagos State in 2014. So by 2018, and I have my younger sister with me, Busayo Olatunji. So we both went to Abuja together, and it was a successful moment as well. We had the gold, the team gold, I think, and of course the singles gold. I had it as well, and in all of this, right? Every opponent or every of my squash partner that I've been on court with, they've been amazing and wonderful players. None of them, of course, nobody comes to lose. Obviously, you can't be training for months, for weeks, and even for years. And you call it. It's time for you to put in all those good work, and nobody wants to messes those moments up. So, like I said, it's been like back to back playing all these players because basically all of them were good. They literally come for the gold the same way I actually, came for the gold as well. And then fast forward to 2020. 2020.
Yeah,
That's
2020.
Edo.
Edo.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, but it was actually played
2020,
in
right?
2021 because of COVID, I guess.
20,
So,
thank you. So I do exactly because it's supposed to be 2020, right? So we had the 2021, yes. So I know 2020. Oh my goodness. It's wow
at that
moment.
moment, Abuja 2018, the whole world, the press, everybody knew that has to be Yemisi Olatunji because of what you did in Abuja
I don't know.
2018. Yeah, but tell us,
I don't
before we go on this quick bit, tell us about Abuja, no, Edo 2020, and tell us before we go on this quick break.
Yeah, I know 2020 or maybe 2021. I don't know. It's amazing. So I think it's 2020, but we played in 2021, right?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, where I had out of 4 gold, I have 3
Okay.
to myself. And in fact, a couple of days ago, I was sharing the experience with one of my training partner. How I'll go to the clinic for massage because I have like blood clots all over my hands, my shoulder because of like repetition of playing just a lot of games, a lot of matches in a day. And I played the team, I played the singles, I played the mixed doubles, I played the doubles. So of course, as the captain, is a lot of work, but it was amazing and a wow moment. Which happens to be like the first squash player to win highest gold medal in the history of squash in National Sports Festival. So in all of this, it's still that commitment, great work, hard work, and that's why I said like every single step of squash for me has been amazing moment, even up till
Yeah,
date.
I'm sure we are going to go on the quick break, but when we come back, we want to show some of our viewers what Squatch is looks like or what it's all about, talking about Squatch. But I also want to come back, maybe you prepare your mind. We also know that you have your sister, Busayo Olatunji, who both of you are playing finals in the past. Any Squatch final female, the two sisters, just like the Serena Williams sister, we call them the Olatunji sisters. Both of you played in the final several times. And I think she has taken over from you, but there's another lady from Kwara State, which name I've forgotten right now. So when we come back from this, Fiat. So when we come back from this quick Squatch video, we'll now look at how you encourage your sister to be part of Squatch and the other little younger one, what's her name now? Jadesola. So Jadesola Olatunji. So we have you, Yemisi Olatunji. We have Busoya Olatunji and Jadesola Olatunji. So when we come back, we'll talk about this.